In our last episode, we mainly discussed the timeline of events that are related to Angela Chao's death and how a very reputable Chinese website spread a fake story about her death. In this episode, we will continue to discuss the tons of unanswered questions surrounding her death. Now, these are some of the unanswered questions that I can think of, including one, how on earth did she sink into the water with her car? Did she really drive a Tesla? Was her Tesla really hacked? Why hadn't she managed to escape from her car after she drove into the pond? Who reported to the police and the rescue team that somebody needed to be rescued? It was reported that the rescue team spent nearly 1 hour getting her out of the water. But how long had she been in the pond before the police arrived? Why hadn't anybody reported it earlier, before the car was completely submerged? 2. Why did the police previously conclude that it was an accident without investigating, and then changed and said that there would be a criminal investigation, and then changed it back to an accident? 3. Was McConnell's planned resignation in connection with the death of Angela Chao? Indeed, as stated in a Chinese article published on NetEase, after Zhao's death, except for an obituary published by her company, none of her family members or relatives, including her husband, expressed their condolences on social media, and McConnell should have been the first relative to mention her death. 4. Why was Zhao's death related to secrets of the CCP's financial industry? Angela Chao served as a director of the Bank of China from January 2017 to June 2022. She also served as a member of the Audit Committee, the Risk Policy Committee, and the Affiliated Transactions Control Committee of the Board of Directors of the Bank of China. Bank of China's Risk Policy Committee has a U.S. Risk and Management Committee, which was chaired by Zhao. The Bank of China is the fourth largest state-owned bank of the CCP, with significant responsibilities for raising capital both domestically and internationally. The fact that Zhao was able to become a director of the Bank of China, a member of its 3 committees, plus the chairwoman of one committee, suggests that the relationship between Zhao and the Bank of China was extraordinary, and Zhao might be deeply involved in some of the Bank of China's major funding projects. In 2015, when Zhao's father was chairman of Foremost, he signed a loan agreement with Liu Lianke, president of the Export-Import Bank of China. The $57 million loan was provided by the Export-Import Bank of China in conjunction with a Taiwanese bank for the construction of 2 cargo ships. In June 2018, Liu Lianke was appointed as the chairman of Bank of China. On March 31st, 2023, the CCP released the news that Liu was investigated on suspicion of serious disciplinary violations. And then on October 15th of the same year, Liu Lianke was arrested on suspicion of bribery and illegal loan insurance. From 2018 to 2022, Angela Chao and Liu Lianke and 4 years of interactions at the Bank of China. So was Zhao States linked to Liu Liange's case? 5. Was Zhao States related to the secrets of the CCP's military-industrial enterprises? China State Shipbuilding Corporation is a large-scale military enterprise of the CCP, which is the main force of the CCP Navy's weaponry research, design, production, testing, and security, and undertakes the research and production of all the CCP Navy's main battle equipment represented by aircraft carriers and nuclear submarines. In 2020, China State Shipbuilding Corporation was sanctioned by the U.S. government for building ships and weapons for the CCP Navy. Angela Chao was once a director of China State Shipbuilding Corporation. Anyone who can serve as a director of a mega CCP military enterprise has an even more unusual relationship with the CCP. So was Zhao's death related to her mastery of the secrets of the CCP's military-industrial enterprises? It is also important to note that her husband's venture capital firm is the only one owned by an American that has been sanctioned by the U.S. government as a Chinese military company. 6. Was Zhao's death related to the fact that her husband no longer invests in China? As mentioned earlier, Jim Breyer announced at the Davos Forum on January 26 that he would no longer invest in China. After only 2 weeks, on February 10th, Zhao died in mysterious circumstances. So were these two events related to each other? 7. Was Zhao's death related to the internal power struggle at the top of the CCP? Zhao's family was known as the #1 Chinese family in the U.S., and her father, James Zhao, was an alumnus of former CCP leader Jiang Zemin. James Zhao founded Foremost Group in 1964, and over the decades, he has built a close relationship with Jiang Zemin. After the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre, and as the West imposed sanctions on the CCP, James Zhao, as a friend of U.S. President George Bush's family and an alumnus of Jiang Zemin, became an important conduit of communication between the U.S. and China. On August 26, 1989, just about 2 months after the Tiananmen massacre, Jiang Zemin met with Zhao at Zhongnanhai in Beijing. Public information shows that Jiang Zemin met with James Zhao at least 6 times after he became the head of the CCP. James Zhao's eldest daughter, Elaine Zhao, became an important link between James Zhao and the CCP after she entered U.S. politics. 2018 to 2019 was the year when the trade war between China and the United States was most fierce. However, the Zhao family's Foremost Group's business with the CCP not only remained unaffected, but also continued to thrive. According to data collected by Vessel Value, a company that tracks shipping data, from January 1st, 2018 to April 12th, 2019, Foremost vessels made 152 voyages, 91 of which were to or from China, accounting for 72% of the total tonnage transported by Foremost. Data from another maritime and shipping research service, Clarkson, shows at present the fleet of Foremost Group has 31 giant bulk carriers, of which 21 are made in China, accounting for more than two-thirds. Foremost has become the largest customer of the CCP's ship exports to the U.S. It is well known that Hu Shuli, the founder of Caixin, is close to Wang Qishan, the former vice president of China, who was the vanguard of Xi Jinping's anti-corruption fight. And Elaine Zhao was filmed whispering with Wang Qishan during the Japanese emperor's enshrinement ceremony in Japan on August 22nd, 2019. So this time, why would Caixin, which is close to Wang Qishan, deliberately produce fake news or make such a low-level mistake in the matter of Angela Chao's death? Many people believe that Caixin did this to intentionally draw attention from outside. Without the initial report, Angela Chao might have died unexplained without much outside attention. So, to summarize, there are many unanswered questions surrounding Angela Chao's mysterious death, and the reason why the CCP media blamed MAGA or white Jewish Americans for her death may be exactly because the CCP is the real killer. And why would the CCP kill Zhao, who was once repeatedly touted by the CCP's official media? As far as I can see, there could be three possibilities. One, she knew too many secrets. Two, to send some kind of signal to someone. Three, it could be caused by the fights between different factions of the CCP. Former Chinese journalist Zhao Lanjian said Angela Zhao's death represents the darkness of the CCP's state-run mechanism and reminds him of two cases. One was around 2010 when the CCP's frontman in a wealthy neighborhood in Los Angeles, presumably from the oil system, had his entire family of three killed. And it was only 10 years later when Zhou Yongkang, the former secretary of the CCP's Central Committee of Political and Legal Affairs, was arrested after a failed power struggle, that the CCP said Zhou had sent agents to kill that frontman's entire family. Another case was that of Chinese-American physics Zhang Shousheng. He was both a member of the U.S. National Academy of Sciences and the Chinese Academy of Sciences, a member of Tsinghua University's Thousands Tenants Program, and a professor at the Institute for Advanced Study at Tsinghua University. He held many secrets in his hands, and Danhua Capital, which was funded by him, was mentioned in the 301 investigative report issued by the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative against China in November 2018. As a result, he committed suicide on December 1st. However, Zhao Lanjian and many others do not believe he killed himself. They believe that he was killed by the CCP, and there are quite some similarities between Angela Zhao's death and Zhang Shousheng's case. Behind both cases are the shady rule of China's state-owned enterprises and the CCP's state behavior. So I think it is fair to say that Angela Chao was not the first, nor will she be the last to die in an unexplained manner after getting too close to the CCP. Would you agree? Lastly, why all those so-called mainstream media outlets are so silent and disinterested in such a mysterious death of such a high-profile figure is also beyond me. If you have any insights into this lack of coverage, please kindly share them with us in the comment area. Well, that's all for today. If you feel like signing up for a membership or make a donation, please visit my website at jenniferzengblog.com. Otherwise, please help me spread the word by subscribing to my channel or sharing my videos. Thank you. See you next time.